seconds, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the...
Welcome back to another episode of Blackfox Outdoors. Today's video, as you see, preseason preparation. So that's very important. Now's the time to be doing it. Should have already been doing it, but a lot of places we're just now starting. So hopefully we're going to take you through a little bit farther and just throwing a little bit of corn on the ground. We want to make sure and get you coached up to what we like to do in our spots and our areas, stand setups, and all that fancy stuff. And if you're new to bows, we might have a few tips and tricks in there for you. And if all else works out, cross your fingers, guys, because we really want to go fishing. We might get to take you fishing here in a little bit. Hopefully we'll catch a few. So if you're ready, hang in there with us and we'll get the video started. You ready, buddy? You want to go? You ready? Alright, let's go then. Come on. Alright guys, so we finally made it down here to our spot. Real quick, I want to kind of give you an overview of what we got going on. So there's field behind where you're at now. I'll go ahead and let her pan to the right. Go ahead and pan to the right. You see the trees right here? We kind of got like included a little section here on the edge of this field. In the middle of it's kind of clear. We get on in there, I'll show you where I'm going to put the tree stand. We'll give you a better look at that. Right behind me, you see this lane. It's very important to figure out your deer trail, stuff like this. Now this place right here it's a simple, easy, clean cut. You can figure out where they're going, because this lane right here, especially this fall, they're going to run up down this like crazy. It's the easiest route. It's secluded. They don't have to worry about getting seen. If something does spook them, woods either side, so it's going to be safe. So it's time to go ahead and bait our spots up. And like I said, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about when you are baiting your spots up. We do go ahead and throw corn out, but we also try to keep a mineral lick going. But we like to keep the mineral lick going year round. So something that we do like to, not really going to get into brands real big, but you just want to make sure that it has the extra calcium and phosphorus in it, because the habitat naturally produces that. Well, I mean, deer can find that naturally, but over time they kind of deplete a little bit of that, and later in the season as well. So if you get something that's got some calcium and phosphorus in it, that's really good. It's really healthy for the deer. And like I said, you want to keep it year round. You know, it's kind of a once a month job, you know, every 2 months or whatever. And when we get in here, I'll show you where we're putting it. I mean, they're just going to tear a hole in the ground. So, and like as far as rut, you start coming to that time when it's getting time that they're going to start hunting and they're looking for some does. We like to put out a lot more high protein stuff for them, because I mean, they're not really, the bucks especially is not eating that much. So give them something that's really high protein, give them a lot more energy. That'll be a lot better during rut time. So let's go ahead and get on in there and we'll show you what we're talking about. Alright, so here's the spot. This hopefully is where we're going to meet Big 80 this year. Hopefully we get him lined out. So I'll give you kind of an overview look. This is kind of our corn spread out here. Now, like I said, we like to pour it out on the ground. Some places we use feeders, but we still use the feeders that throw it on the ground. So deer naturally, they eat off the ground. So I mean, they're having to lift their head up and eat. It ain't really that natural unless they're, you know, trimming down some branches or something. So I'll get you set up so you can get a better look at this right here. Okay, so this is the first year mineral, or second. This will be the second year mineral lick here, and you can just see. I mean, they've been working on it. You know, they are liking this, and the key is not to keep it too hot. So you don't want to go out here every week and put this stuff out. You know, but a lot of times we'll go ahead and put it out once a month or once every couple months. If it rains on it, even better. So we'll go ahead and finish telling you a little bit about that. Okay, so now we got our mineral lick baited back up. Like I said, it's important, maybe once a month, every 2 months, something like that, get that mineral lick spice back up. And they're going to tear that thing up. They're going to leave a hole in the ground. Corn, it's optional. You know, I mean, the minerals are really going to help the deer's health. Corn, it's a good bait if you can bait in your state. Make sure that you're okay to bait in your state. I'll make sure and get that out there. Our tree that we're going to be hunting out of is a lonely tree over there. You know, we already kind of trimmed it up, got it ready. We cleaned out some shooting lanes already. And just a real quick look around. I'm going to kind of let her pan and I'm going to keep talking. This spot here, I mean, it's just an awesome little spot. Like I said, I showed you the lane that they're going to be using to come in and out of this place, and then they got a field all the way around this, and this is right on the patch, or a field. This little patch of trees right on the edge of a field, so they got plenty of cover in this spot. Even if they want to go out in the field and graze, I mean, they can do that. If they want to come in here, I mean, they can feel safe and eat, come hit the mineral lick, get on our camera. Our camera's right behind us. And if we got any videos or pictures, we'll go ahead and pull them up and show you in this video as well. But like I said, the important thing is make sure you get your minerals and stuff out along with your corn. You do want some healthy deer. As far as placing a tree stand, I want to make sure and really push this, okay? One more good look at that tree. If you look, I picked a spot, and this is, there's not a whole lot of sun coming through behind it or sky. Okay, the more cover you have behind you, even though it's kind of an open tree, the more cover you have behind you, the less that they're going to pick you out or silhouette you as you're sitting there. So even in the fall, when the leaves fall, there's still just a lot of trees going up this hill here. And it kind of helps break your body up, and it's not so unnatural. You just sitting there in a tree with nothing behind you. So we're going to go ahead and get to the next spot. And
Welcome to the room, people to people that love one day die away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change and remain. You love another psychopath sitting next to you. You love another
right, we're here. This is the other spot we got. Obviously, we're going to have to put some corn in the feeder. You take a look over here. We see where we got the tree stand. This is a pretty simple spot, and it's kind of the same concept as earlier. And I might give you a short aerial view of everything that's going on. I mean, there's nothing but fields around this place, and then just a patch of woods right in the middle of it. So it kind of gives them an area they can kind of bed down in. We have caught them chasing in here before, so it's a good transition area. They hold up in here a lot, bed here, a good little safe haven that nobody ever really messes with them here. So let's go ahead and get corn up in the feeder, and we'll get out of here. All right, so like I said, we go ahead and throw out the mineral licks too. Obviously, you can see this one's been a little bit more neglected than the other spot. We've been a little bit more gracious at the other spot, but they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna get it. And if it rains on this, it's even better. So I mean, we have a chance of rain. I hope it goes ahead and rains. Get this thing soaked down in the dirt. They'll sit there and just dig that dirt out of there. So ain't a whole lot more to do. You kind of see the general what we like to do. You know, like I said, we want to make sure and get the feeders going, get feed on the ground. If we ain't got feeders there, get our mineral licks updated and freshen back up. And like I said, very important as the season goes along, you start coming back to the rut, get some protein out there. High protein stuff, that way they'll have a little bit more energy. So now we're going to get the bow out, shoot it a couple times, make sure we're still on for today. And if you ain't been shooting your bow all summer, shame on you. That's something you need to be doing. So you better get them dudes out and get ready if you ain't already. So let's go ahead and get to the bow and we'll freshen up with it. Okay, it's time for the bow now. Kind of some of the stuff I'm going to go over real quick is your peep sight. And this is, like I said, this information is for newer people to bow shooting. Well, I'm not really talking to the veterans because you guys probably know way more than I do. But new people to bow hunting or just shooting bow in general, got your peep sight here. You want to always try to match that to the sight. You know, the barrel. That's what I call it, the barrel of the sight here. All of these pins, right? You know, they're reference to different distances. Okay, so you want to match these two circles, and then that's where you're going to gauge your distance. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this back. You know, like there's different things on here. Like for instance, this right here will kind of come up to the edge of my lip, and it just helps me to get a consistent, smooth shot every time. So when you draw back, you want to do everything the same way every time. So everything should be smooth, come back at same place, same thing every time. So even like my shooting hand, I use this knuckle and I'll put it right behind my ear as an anchor point, so I know that my hand's in the same place every time. That's how you're really going to be able to dial in that shot and get really consistent with your shot. So let's go ahead and go through it. So it's a real smooth, easy shot. Draw back, make sure to hit my anchor point, squeeze that trigger, let it fly, and you should be able to do that in no time. But like I said, you want to, if you haven't been shooting your bow already, it's going to be here before we know it. So you better get out there now and start practicing. I know it's hot, but it's going to be worth it whenever that big buck steps out. It's finally come. We're at the end of this video. So I know you guys have been looking forward to that a little bit. Hopefully not that much. But anyways, make sure to subscribe. YouTube. Keep up with us. Instagram, Facebook. We're getting ready to have a giveaway. I'm not going to really tell you which platform that is. So you better either get on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Get on those so you know which one it's coming at. So other than that, thanks for the support we got already. Shirts are coming. So we're fixing to have a shirt with our logo on it. It's going to say Blackfox Outdoors, our logo. It's going to have kind of the American flag theme, so you guys get ready for that. Those will be pretty cool. Hopefully hats here pretty soon. And a new thing, we got some new baits coming, so be ready for those. We're going to drop those here pretty soon too. So other than that, keep blood on your arrow, one on the hook.
All my friends are eating and take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse. Why'd you come? You knew you should have stayed. I tried